to Financially Focused. My name is Dennise Williams, and in Financially Focused, we really like ambitious people. We like people who are go-getters. We like people who are action takers, because building that financial table takes work. You can't do it alone. You have to build a community. So guess what? You know what that means? At Financially Focused, we're all about leadership by improvement. Because the truth is, to build the 4 strong legs of your financial table, your income leg, you need a team and people who benefit from working with you. To build the leg of assets and long-term savings, you need a team, and you got to pay and they got to benefit from you. To build your mindset, you're going to need a coach, whether it's a physical coach that helps you exercise for stress relief, or a therapist, a yoga therapist, a church therapist, whatever. You got to pay them. Then we also talk about protection, which is debt management, which means you have to have the integrity to pay back the people who lent you whatever. Or there's also insurance, which falls under protection. And you also have to have the integrity to say you want to use insurance to protect your family in some shape or form. So do you realize that building that financial table is actually building a community? And so you gotta take the action. You've got to grow. And that's why we're so excited to have with us Andrea Livingston Prince, CEO of Business Works. And she's gonna help us to get really, really, really ambitious in this episode, because we are talking to high net worth women who are in family business, and they need to add value, because you can be cute, but if you're not adding value, you're not creating wealth, and you're going to carry your family down. So, Andrea, welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much for having us.
Yes, and thank you for helping us be ambitious in this episode. Why do women in entrepreneurial families feel like they need to, prove themselves? Kind of give us that framework. What does it mean to be a high net worth woman?
Thank you for that question. So the thing about being high net worth is that there are various types. There are those that worked to get there.
Yes.
There are those that overcame not having an entrepreneurial family.
Yes.
There are those that did what they needed to do,
yes,
some of which is not pretty, and therefore they won't listen to the likes of you who don't know how I got here.
Ooh, that sounds like a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Ooh.
It's a challenge, and it's all a challenge. This is the way of the world and the way of women. Very few of us have an easy walk.
Right. Some of us is not cute enough to somebody just give us everything.
Some are cute, yes, yet it's tough.
Okay.
Some, it's difficult because we are cute.
Okay.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, here we are a high net worth. Say we're not in the family business.
Right.
I have built this corporation for that board.
Yes.
And I still have gifts and talents which I hold in my heart privately, and I'd like to create my own nest egg and exercise what I've applied to John Brown Limited, and I want to invest it in my legacy limited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Still high net worth.
Yes.
Until I decided to do a business plan.
Ooh. Wow. That sounds like mix up.
It can be a mindset shift.
Tell me
Because
more.
I did think I was wealthy.
Yes.
I look at my house, look at my car, look at my vacations. I look at the quality of my life. I look at how much I can swipe for supermarket. I look at how my dependents can call me and say, hey, I need XYZ. And we say, oh, yeah, sure, go ahead. Use that card, so on and so forth. And then I decide to build my new baby, my business, which fits my vision of me and my talents.
Wow. So now tell me about the mindset
Things
shift.
just get real now.
No, because I was living well.
You are living well until you realize that your baby, your new baby, your dream of a business, which has its own birth certificate, You are not your business. You are not your business.
Okay.
Even if you're a sole proprietor,
Yes.
you are not your business.
Right.
You are the owner of that business. You're
Right.
the owner of the name, perhaps, but you're not your business.
Okay.
So you have your birth certificate, but your business has its own.
Yes.
How do you have to take decisions? How much does that birth certificate take to be profitable? Because remember, I'm only concerned if you want to be profitable.
Oh my, what a high standard.
No, it is, but it's, we have determined, just as our clients have to determine,
Yes.
what do we want? And we can't serve everyone. So we go with where our passion and our calling is, just as we encourage our clients to do. Go with where your passion and your calling is. If you want to go for where you have a gift, sometimes you have a gift,
Yes.
but that's not where your passion is.
Right.
Sometimes you go where your gift is, make some money, then you transition into what you want to
But
do.
I want to come back to the high net worth woman who's very, very, very powerful in her corporate world, and you know that she has people who, when the phone rings, you know, things happen.
Yes, yes.
And you're saying that's a different world than
It's a different
when
world.
you have your own business.
Yeah.
Tell me
because
about that.
In your own business,
Yeah.
unless you find a way to creatively use that intangible power and influence that you have over here to move your business along, then it has no value to you. Sometimes you find that some of us separate ourselves from that high-flying job, that job with influence and power,
Yes.
which has real value,
Yeah.
into that business, and suddenly you try to do your sales pitch and you don't see that influence anymore.
No, yes, that's right. Because I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and
Yeah.
I present to my 50 contacts,
Yes,
and I hear crickets.
you hear crickets, exactly. Because you then are on what is closer to a level playing field. You're still not in a level playing field because you still have that influence. You still have it to use.
Are you saying to me? No, don't listen. You're gonna hurt my feelings. Are you saying to me that being a high net worth woman, ambitious, have the cash, have the pretty car, have the house, is not permanent across the board in every part of my life situation?
No, because at business, that birth certificate has to stand on its own. And many of us have contracts as executives that prohibit the mirroring. There has to be a Chinese wall, a wall that says, I am not wearing this hat today, or we breach some clause in our full-time employment.
All right, so what if
Yeah.
my high net worth situation doesn't come from corporate, but it comes from actually family business?
Okay, that's good.
All right,
That's
so
good.
if
Okay.
it comes from that, how do I create value there? Because you're saying that if my high net worth comes from corporate, I'm actually creating value for corporate.
For corporate.
I may not be able to translate that to a business.
Legally, if your
Legally.
agreement says that,
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it's my dad's business.
there you go. Then we may have to prove that I'm not just daddy's girl. I'm not just daddy's cute girl. I am daddy's cute, hot girl on wheels that can burn rubber and either maintain or exceed. Nobody says maintaining is all that bad. Sometimes you just need to wake up in the morning till you get your wings, right? Especially if you're transitioning from a corporate job. If this business provided the wealth in your pocket and you are a recipient, not a participant, and you're now going in to participate.
Right. So I'm a trust fund baby.
There you go. So here's what's happening. Knowledge is a commodity. We can cry all we want, but if there's something you don't know, the knowledge is there for you. Find that book, that subscription. Remember, we're high net worth, right?
Yes.
So you find that knowledge. You find yourself in that class.
Yeah. So what
Even
if I hired you? Tell me what would happen in our first session.
In our first session, we would ask you to put in black and white and sign 4 things that you want.
I don't know what I want. Daddy gave me everything.
Well, that's for another discussion. That's separate from our discussion. That discussion that you ask us for would be a business counseling, it's free, 1 hour, to determine if what you want is to be the cause or to contribute to a profit-making enterprise.
Okay, all right, okay, here we go.
So you've said yes.
All right, here we go. So I come.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm in the office. We're in the office. We're having a meeting.
Yep.
Okay, Andrea, here's what I want to do.
Yep.
I want to build a sales team.
On top of your daddy's business, or what?
Yeah, no, part of, because I'm coming
Part of.
in.
Yeah.
I'm coming in.
So-
and so I'm going to take over the garbage collection side of the business.
Okay,
so my
great.
brother sells garbage or
Yeah.
sells recyclables.
Yeah.
Recyclables.
Okay, great.
Not garbage.
That's
recyclable.
one. Yeah.
So the collection of garbage
Okay.
is an opportunity in daddy's business.
Yeah.
So my brother and I were at peace.
Yeah.
He's going to handle recyclables.
Yes.
I'm going to do garbage collection.
And he knows that you're going to
Yes.
be doing it.
So
Okay,
here we've had a conversation.
There you go.
Okay, so no competition.
Yeah.
In fact, I get all the old trucks my brother doesn't want.
Yes. Fine.
So I need to build a team.
yeah.
So I need
For sales.
and mechanic, because I
Maintenance,
got
okay.
I got all the old trucks.
Right. Okay.
So I need to fix them up. So
Okay, fine,
I need
perfect.
a mechanic.
And all of this is for what? So what? You want to do that to do what?
So my brother and I have agreed that we keep 50% of the profits and 50% goes back into the family business, because we
Sure.
all have children.
There you go.
And we want the next generation, third generation,
Right.
to enjoy.
And your dad signed off on all of that.
Daddy agrees.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
But I don't know, because guess what, Andrea? I don't like people.
Okay, fine.
I am
That's
an
fair enough.
introvert.
Yes.
I don't like people.
Yeah.
But I need to build a team
Yes.
to get contracts to collect garbage.
Yes.
And I need to build a team of mechanics to service the garbage truck. I don't know what to do.
But first things first, we're going to have a party for you. Because
Oh.
number one, you know who you are.
Okay.
You're an introvert.
Okay.
You know who you are.
Yeah, I don't like people.
Number
I don't
two-
even like you,
and
but
you're,
I'm here.
And you're open to talking
Yeah,
about it. And
I'm
we
here.
take no offense.
Okay,
We
good.
get you. We get
Okay,
you.
okay.
And number two, you know that you don't know what you don't know.
I don't know what to do.
This is a brilliant place to start.
All right.
So that 1 hour is to say that these are the partners in Business Works that you want to partner with to get you to the 4 objective, which you're going to leave that meeting stating.
Okay.
So you have up to 7 business days to get back to us
Okay.
and say, these are the 4 things I need.
I just told you what I need.
No,
Fix it.
you gave me 2 things.
Oh.
You gave me 2 things, and those still leave me asking, so what? Unless you say the magic words,
What's the magic word?
I need us to make profit.
Ooh.
If you're doing it as a service to
Yeah.
be kind, we have clients that can help you.
Right.
We have partners that can help you.
Right.
But if you're doing it to make profit,
Right.
that's us.
Ooh. What a difference in mindset.
It's totally different.
Wow. So as a high net worth woman, we're looking at 2 tracks. I got my high net worth through corporate, and so I have to be mindful of the contract I have in corporate because I might not be able to compete.
Yeah. No, sometimes it's not competing.
Or
you
anything
just
at all.
you cannot use your time for anything else but that business.
Even
Yeah.
my time is
your
tied
time,
up.
yeah.
Or I'm a high net worth with the family business.
Yeah.
And I have to start to navigate that.
Yes.
But once I do, it's time now to create value.
Yeah, it's a level playing field for all of us in business. Business doesn't know how nice you are, how much you worship God, you know, how much it doesn't know that. It only knows that you're going to apply your time and treasure for this objective. So how you do that is totally your choice. Do I want to pray and fast and not back
only.
it up by work?
Right, that's what I want to do.
And good intent.
So what's
and
your message for
obedience.
that?
My message for that is there are so many successful lessons from the Bible which says, I'll just start with the great Solomon and Elisha. These people didn't ask for things for themselves. Even Jabez, who asked for God to enlarge his territory so that I can do your works.
No, I want the money for me.
Yes, you do.
Right.
But if you only want it for you,
Yeah, I only want it for me.
I don't think we're being obedient.
Ooh.
But if I want it so that I can apply my gifts and acuities, which you gave me, God, for your people, watch it shower us. Watch it shower us. Watch it shower us if we're faithful.
So I can be a high net worth woman within my Christian walk or my religious, whatever religion.
You don't have to be religious. That's the thing about it.
Okay.
Because you hear so many business people who have no interest in God
Yeah.
say that every good business model is founded on what value do I want to have to you, my target customer.
Right.
So many of them I'm sure that some of them don't read their Bibles.
Right.
But it's a sound, proven mechanism.
Right.
Some don't even know that it's coming from God.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And okay. So one of the things we want to also look at is future proofing.
Yeah.
So we're a high net worth woman. We want to stay that way.
Yeah. So what is future proofing?
Yes.
In our language, as Jamaicans, if you buck your toe or crosses lick you, you can't get up and stand up.
Yes. My father always said, you will fall but land soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And in project management, they say, measure twice and build once.
Right.
Yeah? So if we're careful with what we're going into, don't worry about the planning takes so long and the research takes so long and, don't bother with that. Just focus on getting your facts together. Who do I need to know? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Yeah? Because we already know the why, We want to build a profit-making enterprise in this industry. So we have clients who have done entrepreneurship training with us and decide, no, it's not the time, I can't manage it.
Right.
Because we use real-life examples in the classroom, simulated, and that trauma alone says, okay, I see where you're coming from.
But remember, we're being ambitious.
Being ambitious.
In this episode, we need to stay high net worth.
We need to stay
we're
high net
future
worth.
proofing. So we've gone through the journey of saying we're corporate or we're family.
Yeah.
We've gone through the journey of understanding our profit-making motive, but we've got to future-proof. So what would a client of Business Works come out understanding that future-proofing means?
Right. So for us, most of our clients who want to talk about future-proofing, who want to put actions into place, typically, by now they would understand their business.
Yes.
They know exactly what it takes to soar and how they are suboptimal.
Yes.
And sometimes, depending on the season, for example, if you just came out, or if you're in COVID or you're just coming out of COVID, you're afloat.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Right.
That's enough.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then when you come out of COVID, the further you go away from COVID,
yes,
then your numbers should be looking better.
Yes.
That's enough.
Right.
Let's not get greedy. However,
yes,
if you're in a sector, for example, if my sector picking up garbage
yes,
during COVID or during any crisis, financial contraction, so on and so forth, if that is happening and you find that your business, you're in one of those industries that's doing extremely well in disaster, you need to take it for everything you have. You need to understand your market so well that you say, okay, see, this target group is large. So I want to drop my price a little bit because you see that company over there, it's much bigger than we are and they can drop their price beyond nothing. So I need to find something that I compete. They like that when you come to the door, they can look out and see, oh, it's Tuesday at 4 o'clock, I'm there.
yes,
Some may even say, okay, I want my garbage picked up before my day starts.
yes,
Some may say, I want it picked up at night.
right,
But whatever happens, you're like a fairy. They just wake up the morning and it's gone.
Yeah.
You need to know what your customer needs.
right,
Yeah.
wow,
Some don't care. I just need it gone.
right,
Yeah.
wow.
And I need it gone weekly, I need it gone, not monthly. Weekly, I want it gone. I
Right.
never want to see my gate with garbage. But you need to know your customers.
yes,
Yeah. And therefore, you can craft your superpower to beat out anybody.
Yeah.
You might not be able to compete on price,
right,
but you can
service.
compete on something that's soft.
Yes,
Yeah, that would make me loyal to you. I would even come out and give you a bottle of water.
Wow.
Yeah.
In this episode of Financially Focused, we got ambitious. And we're talking to the high net worth woman who may have gotten her status from corporate, from family. Either one, it's about creating value. It's about creating the community that you poured into that will carry you through. And when you work with Business Works and the Andrea Livingston Prince, you get a guide. She may rough you up a little bit, but you get a guide that's going to give you a profit-making agenda. Woo! Profit-making agenda. And in that space, we leave you to be sure that you check out www.financiallyfocusedmedia.com. Get your free 30-day financial independence course and really sit and think about how you will create your profit-making agenda. My name is Dennise Williams. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next conversation.